What is up, you guys? Gabriel Live Studio here, back at it with another off the top video. And today, well, this is going to be one of those videos that we're going to have a serious conversation here. What has, transpired from the last couple of days, going into the weekend, right? This is something to deal with. I personally wouldn't even thought to really cover or talk about this in a political sense. This is should be mainly about a gaming channel, but this is going to be gaming related kind of stuff, also tie in with some political stuff. So it's a really is a serious conversation. And again, I don't even have notes for this. I don't have like a prompt or anything or a script to read. This is just basically just going off of what I have seen and interpret, and this is based off of my own opinions and belief. Okay, but yeah, like it's wild. Like, last week, right, with the whole hell diver situation and stuff like that, I didn't really want to cover it or make a video about that. I mean, again, I was tied up and I was busy with stuff. We went out, we got a new refrigerator, a new stove, and I've been moving some stuff out with that, so I've been dealing with that. Also, I do apologize, my voice and my throat got that little ickiness because we're going into September, heading into October. So the weather outside is starting to change. It's starting to get cold, right? And I'm starting to feel that effect. So I got my tea right here, so ready to go. I'm gonna probably go get my flu shot. Probably in the next couple of weeks. I'll be doing that. But this right here, I was watching Grey Guardian's video, right? Shout out to him. And he was talking about this situation. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be talking about it too. And I figured we should talk about this, discuss this like actual adults. But this incident right here doesn't scare me as a person who wants to express or talk about my own opinions and belief. I'm not gonna let some assassin or shooter to discourage me in some of the things that I want to say or what are my beliefs and my interpretations on things, right? This guy named Charlie Kirk, was at a Utah event at a college campus. Basically was sitting down just like how I'm sitting down right here with a microphone, just talking and stuff. And he wanted to debate with people, right? Talk and have an actual genuine conversations, right? And just having an open dialogue back and forth. And next thing you know, he'd been shot in the neck by an assassin. For what? For him debating at a college campus. Is kind of like it's wild. So there's a whole bunch of things. We're gonna start from the top, work our way down, and it's also going to be tie into video game related stuff as well. We'll go through all of those stuffs. But again, hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. Make sure you like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the topic and video in hand. Because to be honest, like, again, I had no notes of this, and trust me, I was just thinking like it's just going to be another day in the office, just talking about some video games, some upcoming games, maybe talking about a little bit of Helldivers 2 and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking. But ever since this happens, then other things start to happen. It's wild. And I never would have thought politics will start entering into the video game topics, which is absolutely like the things that I have seen and heard, right, from other YouTubers, right? I was watching, Asmongold. I've been watching a few other content creators as well, and just getting their thoughts and their opinions on stuff. Smash JT, right? So I've been watching, some videos, right, seeing what's going on and stuff. Now, again, personally for me, let me just get this out the way. I don't know anything about Charlie Kirk. I don't know this man. I haven't watched all of his videos. I don't even know. So I'm gonna just let you guys know right off the bat, I don't even know anything about this person, nor their politics, their belief, and what they said. I have not a clue. Now, personally, for me, I don't care what kind of outlandish things that he said. Like, again, like whether or not if I agree with the person or not, that is, again, that's up to debate. That's what he does, right? He was at a college campus, right? Just doing what he normally do, just, going up and debating and, just having a genuine conversation with people. Like, whether you agree with him or don't agree with him, right? It shouldn't have to come down to shooting a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't have to come down to that, like, especially a person that's literally sitting in a chair with a microphone. I'm doing it right now. Like, you can see right here, right? You see the microphone, right? Hold on, I'm sorry. There we go. Like, again, I'm sitting here and I'm just having a genuine conversation and stuff with you, the audience, and stuff like that. And I can state my own opinions on certain things and stuff like that. No matter what it is, no matter if it's politics, video games, entertainment, movies, right? Music, it could be anything, right? And we all have different opinions and different things that we say. But it shouldn't have to result into somebody's death, especially for this guy. He's not even in he's not even in a full politician. I do apologize, my throat. Man. He's not, like, again, what I was saying, he's not really a fully fledged politician, meaning that he's not really in the politics, like he's not like representing, and whatever. He's just only representing himself and his YouTube channel. That's about it. I mean, he's talk about politics and certain things and stuff like that. That's great. Everybody has their own things that they get into, right? Some people grow up and get into basketball. Some people grow up and get into football. Some people grow up and get into music, whatever music it is, no matter if it's rock, rap, country music. We all have our opinions and we grow up into different things, right? So this man, he's into politics, right? He talks about politics, which is perfectly fine, right? I'm not into politics like that, right? I'm certainly not. So he was just having an open conversation at a campus, talking and stuff, and then he got shot in the neck, which is absolutely terrible. It really is terrible. It's just like, that's like me sitting here, like, because even in video games, right? And we could put a testament to everyone, right? What I've known so far, right? If we was to put names here, right? Gamer Life Studio, me, right? You got Grey Guardian, you got All Eyes on Jet, you got Gamesta, Sir Brovarian, Portal Rock, Dreamcast Guy, you have MBG, Marlin Gaming, right? Like, again, there's so many content creators in the gaming space and sphere, right? But we have our disagreements and agreements on certain things in the video game, right? Some people will say this is what's going on, and other people has their own opinions, just as well as I do, right? We all have our own opinions and agreements, disagreements, and we can say certain stuff here, this and that. We can talk and debate one another, but like again, whether or not like I agree with Porter Rock what he says, or I agree with what Dreamcast guy what he says, it shouldn't come down to resulting into violence. Now, sure, in this space, we take shots at each other, which is like we take like little remarks or making fun of them or something, they like that, like kind of like we're just saying back and forth, like little this here, little this there, and that's about it. And we just going about our merry way. We don't wish or condone or death upon any other content creator out here, especially in the gaming space, in the gaming community. We don't condone that, okay? We don't condone into violence, right? Like this person, even though he's not in the video game realm, he's into politics, he's into the political things. But again, he's out in public, debating, right? Not being disrespectful, hearing people out and debate and having those conversations that they can agree or disagree, which is perfectly fine. But he's out there, really, putting himself out there. He's not on the camera like you, me, and everybody else. And then like something like that were to happen, it's just like, yo, like, this is crazy. And then like again, when you look at that and then you reflect into the gaming community, thank God, like content creators and YouTube creators, we don't have that type of mindset. Whether or not we agree with this person or disagree with whatever viewpoints, in terms of either PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC, right? Like there's some things, right, to be honest, right, that what Gamester said about PC stuff, I don't agree with it. I disagree on some of the things that he says. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's not like, oh man, like I gotta get all upset or mad or I gotta go after this person. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's just his own opinion. Just like Great Guardian has his own opinions on things in the gaming industry just as well as I do. Right? Whether he agrees with me or not or disagree, and that's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, we can just share and express our ideas, right? And we just say our stuff and then just let it be. Like we don't have to go escalate into the point where we're wishing harm to somebody, we want to hurt somebody. Nobody wants to do that. Like, it's stupid and it's dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like again, like just because I don't agree with Gamester with everything that he says, that and that doesn't mean like he has to look at my view or force him like, hey, you gotta agree with me 100%. No, like come on, like it's stupid, it's dumb. It really is dumb. Okay, every person out here is unique in their own ways, right? And that's why I like again. I appreciate the gaming community where we can have these conversations and disagreements and stuff, but it doesn't escalate to the point where we want to hurt each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. And at the same time, we don't wish death or somebody, whatever. It doesn't matter, even if it's a troll, right? Even if it's a troll, I don't wish death or something against a troll or whoever. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to say and state his thing, then let him be. I don't care. It's not gonna bother me or hurt me in any way, shape, or form. And what makes this drag into this, right, with the whole assassination attempt on Charlie Kirk's life, when it comes down to video games, was this right here, where he basically, subscribed or wrote down like, on a bullet casings, of each bullet. So basically, like he basically like wrote down some stuff. Now, again, I'm gonna try to see where was it. Okay, right here. This is where it is. Hold on for a minute. Let me just drink some of this. Okay, what was engraved on the shell casings? Okay, so according to Cox, one casing reads, "Hey, fashion catch." One is inscribed reading, "Hey, fascist catch." Up, up, right, down, down, down. So this one right here, right? I think people has said like that's a reference to Helldivers 2, which is kind of crazy because Helldivers 2 is actually doing really good and successful on the Xbox platform, right? Even though, like again, well, like we said before, PlayStation fanboys, Xbox fanboys, right? We have, conversations, disagreements, and certain things, right? But for me, I'm just a fan, not a fanboy. I'm just a fan of Xbox. I'm more of a fan of them than I am with PlayStation, right? So even though that this is a reference to Helldivers 2, I don't know what this person or their mindset could be, but it's kind of weird that you're referencing or bringing something a video game related that basically we don't even really kill each other. Honestly, it's just fighting against fighting for democracy, fighting against the depression or the evil in that game, which I haven't played it at all yet, not yet. But from what the gameplay videos that I have seen, that's basically what you do. Going on to these planets, you're fighting against, robots and other evils and monsters and stuff. You don't really shoot each other or kill each other. You basically want more Helldivers to be, working together to fight against these the evil that is coming. You know what I'm saying? Now again, outside of gaming, right? When we got these fanboys going back and forth, right? They have their little debate spats and they kind of taking shots at each other, about this, that, and the third. Whether they're right or they're wrong, right? But we can see that, well, Helldivers 2 is successful, and the PlayStation fanboys are just losing their minds. Whether they're losing it or not, we make fun of them or whatever, or they make fun of us. It's like, again, we have conversations, we have debates, we talk about this stuff, and we see what's going on, and the gamers have spoken on the Xbox. Xbox do buy games, and the PlayStation fanboys, whatever they've been saying for the past years, couple of years back, oh, they don't buy no games, they don't buy this. Well, that's pretty much now is irrelevant. But going back to this, I don't understand who this person or the suspect, because like again, the suspect is this person right here. Tyler Robertson, living in a nice house, great family, all this stuff, but and I heard he's really smart. But I don't know what's make him trigger to go off of this and then writing this stuff down here is just, it's kind of ridiculous, and putting this reference. And then there was another reference called Bella Ciao, which is a reference to Far Cry 6, if I'm not mistaken. Which I don't know. Like, and there was another one where he says, like, if you're reading this, you're gay. LMAO. It's like, okay, yeah, this person must be mentally whatever. I heard that they are investigating with the Helldivers 2 either subreddit or Reddit and stuff. I don't know. Maybe this person, whoever, Tyler Robertson, probably was a part of that Reddit or something, maybe was saying some stuff and whatever, and probably most of those people did not take seriously. Maybe they're just playing around, whatever. Just probably some people, and to be fair, right? I even thought like some of these like these lunatics that's even on YouTube can be a little, like, I think this person needs some help. Like, for example, I'm just throwing it out there, like Mr. Din. Like, he could be one of those lunatics that, like, again, I'm not saying he does, whatever. But even I thought he's one of those type of people, saying, making weird videos and stuff. And I think he did post up a video of me before until he took it down. I don't know why, but, he makes some weird videos and something like, whether or not, I think this has happened like a week, 2 weeks ago, where he's like saying, oh, I was attacking him and stuff like that, right? It's like, what are you talking about? Like, I say some stuff here and there that's more video game related, but it's nowhere near like I'm trying to attack you. I'm just pointing something out and like proving a point on something and taking a shot at you, but nowhere near like I'm like harassing this person or attacking this person. So some of these people, like again, he's one of those perfect examples where I don't know what kind of mental state Mr. Din is in or what he's on, but I'm like, hopefully he's okay and he goes outside to touch grass and enjoy his life. That's why, sometimes you can't take yourself, so serious in social media and the things, again, like I don't know. It's like it's like a mental illness. I don't know what he's on, but whatever he's on, he just needs to, take a step back and, enjoy your life. Okay? Don't be on this mental thing and so wrapped up into, no matter what it is. It could be like, again, politics, video games, entertainment, movies, whatever it is that you're so caught up and wrapped into it. Just note to self that you just don't have no control. Got no control over it. You like this person is so wrapped up into politics that he has the nerve to shoot somebody at an event. And this event that anybody can show up at this event. Okay? You can show up there, get in line, and if you got some disagreements, you could debate him. And let me tell you something. This person right here that shot him, that assassinated him, he's really smart. So I don't understand why he couldn't just speak with words, but he has to pick up a gun to kill this person because you disagree in the things that he said. And again, I don't know Charlie Kirk personally. I don't know him personally. I don't know anything about his politics, his agreement. I don't know nothing about that. But at the end of the day, right, if you do something like this, it just shows that you basically have lost the battle. You have lost the battle and the war. And the reason why is that he's out here debating upon millions and millions of people, and you could have easily, be part of that. Could have went up, talked to him, discuss, openly, and have a conversation, have a genuine conversation. I don't know why he has to resort into violence, but it really is disgusting. And then putting this in here and trying to drag into, video games is the problem, it's the issue, this is why he was playing so much of Helldivers 2. His mental self snapped and he went out there and. But again, Helldivers 2 is basically fighting for democracy. You don't even kill each other. This is a game that is a co-op experience, meaning that you and a friend versus, AI, NPC, bosses, and enemies that you're trying to like again, eradicate, kill, to fight, to fight against that. That where these creatures and monsters is not going to take over the planet. So I don't understand his mindset. Again, he could be like really is a genius, but he can really start to lose himself. He probably must have lost himself during the process. That's me thinking. I think like for me personally, his mindset. This person, his mindset. He must have been really losing himself mentally over the course of many, many years. And again, he grew up in a nice house, way nicer than my house, way nicer than where I live. He grew up in a nice house, great family, and all this stuff. But again, behind closed doors, we don't know how he was raised. Did he had a conversation with their family? Did he, whatever? I don't know. I don't know how their family operate, but this is very alarming, to make sure, like, again, this is one of those things where video games is not the problem. It's just as simply as you have not spent enough time with your fucking kids. That's basically it at the end of the day. That's just my own opinion on this. The way how I see it, you're not spending enough time with your kids. Period. It doesn't matter where you live and how nice you got it. The problem is the parents, the mother, and the father is not spending enough time with their kids. Not expressing themselves and learning, teaching them how to express themselves, teaching them how to think and make choices and really look at yourself. What do you really want to do with your life? I don't know. Whatever it is, like, again, I'm not a parent, but in my opinion, the way how I'm seeing this and what's going on, I truly do I believe that he did not have the like getting enough parenting time when he's growing up. I think when he was little, he had the attention, but when he started to, get older, I guess like the parenting stuff kind of got less and less, and they probably didn't really care for him, or he didn't felt it could be a number of different things. So I'm getting off the rail here, but Charlie Kirk didn't deserve to get assassinated. Like, again, whether or not you agree with him, what he says or not, right? Just like in the gaming community, right? With each of these fanboys, Xbox fanboys, PlayStation fanboys, Nintendo fanboys, and just casuals and fans of each of these consoles, we don't wish, whatever from each other, like, death or whatever. We don't wish that. We don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to express your opinions and stuff like that, you can freely do so, right? We already have, like, again, Porter Rock, he's expressing his stuff freely, right? And there's some things that I can disagree with, and I make comments and I disagree with him. But again, there's nowhere near to, like, we're escalating to the point where, I wish death on this person because he disagreed with me because of whatever he said about Helldivers 2 or about PlayStation's situation and stuff, what they're doing. Like, again, that's Porter Rock's business. Now, again, I make videos and I clap back and say something and stuff like that, but nowhere near where we're escalating into that point of oh, I should go find this person to kill him. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's wrong. And it's sickening. Whether or not he agreed with me or not, I don't do that. And just the same way, vice versa. Whether he agrees with me or not, he ain't gonna, come after me and try to kill me. It's done, right? Even though we both have our own platforms and whatever we do and play and stuff like that, whatever shots that we said back and forth, we keep it within gaming and we keep it within the conversation of it. And again, me and him, we can both agree we don't have control of any of these corporations, what they do. Whatever they do is what they do. If PlayStation decides to go multi-platform, then that's their business. Same way for Xbox. If Xbox wants to go into multi-platform, that's what they're going to do. I have no control over it. And Porter Rock has no control. GameStop got no control. Nobody has no control. All Eyes on Jack ain't got no control, right? It is what it is. But we don't escalate it into that point. But I don't know why that this person will escalate it to the point where you have to kill somebody. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And again, he was, putting this in there didn't make any sense. It kind of is familiar with the when I'm putting it over here, right, where this is where we can get the whole, like, when he was transcribing this, with the bullets and stuff like that on the casings. But I think it's familiar with the whole situation with the Luigi one, because the Luigi case, right, what happened up there where a CEO got assassinated behind him, right? And I guess the CEO of the World Healthcare was going towards the event, was exiting out the hotel and heading towards the event, and he got shot from the back of him and got shot in the head. I don't know how many shots he did. I think he did like 1, 2, or 3 shots, I think, and basically ran off. So basically it's an assassination. And again, whether or not what he did was right or wrong, it's still wrong. It still is bad, because because both the situations here with Charlie Kirk and the CEO of Brian Thompson, right? Both of them right now, with both of their families, they have lost a father, right? Whether or not I agree with the things that they're doing, right? Because, like, again, for me, right, I can sit here respectfully, I have no sympathy for the CEO of Brian Thompson. Respectfully, I have no sympathy, right? But I'm not sitting here celebrating like, yeah, well, no, I don't do that. Because, like, again, in both situations here, right, between both of them, they, both of their families have lost a father. Now, again, the reason why I don't feel sympathy for the CEO of Brian Thompson is because he is part of the United Healthcare, which is basically we pay for health insurance. That's why he wrote and put in his describing bullets, like, really, like, delayed, denied, depose. And this is like basically right here what Copilot says, the 3Ds of insurance. So, and I think there's a book referencing this, right? Now, again, I don't feel sympathy for the CEO Brian Thompson, because when it comes down, this is my own opinion here, when it comes down to United Healthcare and health insurance in general, this is affecting everyone, okay? It's affecting everyone. This is like everyone that's going to be affected. No matter what state you live in, you're going to have to pay or whatever for health insurance at the end of the day. Because if you have a disease, you're sick, or later on you might be ending up in the hospital long term, God forbid, something can happen, you're going to need health insurance to cover yourself, right? And also getting the treatment that you deserve. It's not just you, but it's also your family members, right? Your kids, right? So that is something that is a lot more serious and more, it's more like affecting everyone. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk here, he's just a political figure. All he's doing, he's not even an official, like, in part of the like in the politician. He's not even an official yet. He's still young. He was like 31 years old. When he passed away. It's only 31. He's not even an official politician or representing the Republicans. He's not even there. He's building a career, and maybe he's building, towards that goal, right? We all build for something towards a goal, whether it's racing, whether it's rally, whether it's, football, basketball, a cook, right? You start from the bottom and you work your way up. So you're building yourself up into whatever career path that you're trying to go. So personally, for me, I'm thinking Charlie Kirk was trying to build a career path going into the politics space, right? And the best way to do it is do it by what? Going out there, meeting the young people in society, and doing a debate, like right there in front of them. Why not? Instead of here looking at you and me on this camera with a microphone, he really is out there doing it. Very young, right? And he's debating. He's just literally speaking. Okay? That's it. It's very different from this one right here. And again, it still is a terrible thing what happens, right? The CEO, Brian Thompson, got shot. It's still terrible. But again, I can sit here and say, respectfully, I have no sympathy for this man because of the fact that he is holding power, above, basically he has the right to basically tell you whether you are going to get approved for this treatment or not. For example, like there was a video, and I'm not even joking, like I was watching a YouTube video of this family, right? This family has two little sons, right? About between the age of like I will say 7, and the other one is like 8 years old, 7 to 8 years old. Both of them are twins, both of them, age 1 year apart, but they're very, just your everyday kids, They want to go out, ride bikes, swim in the pool and stuff. Now, he has an oldest son, right? He's a lot older. Okay? And one day, right, the father and the mother, found out that both of their sons, their little sons, both of them had a disease of, I don't know what it's called. I do apologize. But it's the type of disease where your body will start to kind of, like, I will say, break down gradually. It will, like your bones will start to get weaker. Your muscles will get weaker. I don't know what the terminology for that. But it's terrible. It's basically like he is rapidly, his strength in his body is decreasing. That's basically what it is. Like your bones and stuff is not getting stronger and healthier. Is deteriorating over time. Now, again, there's a treatment for it, right? And this family, says like, hey, both of my sons had this disease. Can you cover both of our sons with this treatment? One got approved and the other one didn't. You heard correctly. One got approved for the treatment. One of the sons got approved for the treatment. And the other one didn't. Now again, this family pays health insurance. Probably for many, many years. Now when he has a family, has a wife, got 3 kids, you got an oldest one, You got your middle child and you got your youngest. You found out two of your youngest kids, your middle and your youngest, two of your own sons have the same disease. You call the health insurance, you tell them what's going on, they've been tested with this, and then you go through the paperwork and the process, and then they come back to you and say, okay, we can approve you for this treatment for this child, but not for your other child. So I don't know if it's the youngest or the oldest got the treatment, but one of them has the treatment and they're going to get better, while the other one is going to suffer and probably not going to live long. That right there is why I have no sympathy, respectfully, for the CEO of Brian Thompson, because of the fact that he has the power to tell their people in there that they should be denying a lot of these people treatment and stuff like that. But he's getting well over millions and billions of dollars, right? Meanwhile, everyday American families out here struggling to get by, let alone to even just get treatment. In the healthcare, we're supposed to have health insurance. That's why I pay it, so I can get treatment and coverage. So then when things do happen, I got I've been paying on it, and I'm, making those payments on time. I should be able to get these coverages, and I've been a loyal, person to cover those things. And then you get a phone call like that. How would you feel? Where one of your sons is going to live and the other one is going to die. And that's not the only one. You think that's the only one? No, that's many. That's everyone in the United States right now. I guarantee you, if 3/4 of this fucking country is going through that shit right now. Just imagine if they only have one child and they still say they deny you. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I don't feel sympathy for the CEO, Brian Thompson. That hurts. That really does hurt. And imagine if you was in that situation right now. What would you do? How would you feel? You'd be very upset. I don't think nobody here will be like, oh yeah, this is great. I guess the health insurance know what they're doing. You want all of your kids to live. You want all of your kids to be healthy and successful. But then you got a CEO that is willing to deny one of your kids and have one of them have the treatment. It's like basically asking the parent, okay, which one of your kids wants to live and which one is going to suffer. It's ridiculous. Both of those kids should be living. They should be living. It's ridiculous. I swear, I don't know. And that's why I have no sympathy for the United Healthcare. But going back to this situation over here with him, he doesn't deserve this at all. Because we're talking about a human being at the end of the day. And all he's doing is debating. That's it. He is speaking his mind. He just expressing his own opinions on stuff. And he's getting shot for that? Thank God thank God we're in the gaming community that we don't go and result into violence. Like, we just don't. The thing that we do in the video game community is what? Voting with our wallet. That's exactly what the video game community has always been about. I vote for my wallet. Period. If I don't like something, what a corporation is doing, or the game that they're buying, the devs or whatever, I vote for my money. I vote for my wallet, and I choose whether to buy the game or I don't want to buy the game or don't want to support it. And I've been doing that for quite some time now. I haven't brought a PlayStation title game. I don't support them because I don't like the direction what they're doing. Right? Just because somebody can say a whole bunch of stuff and this and you're wrong, whatever, that's their opinions. Whatever they want to say towards me or whatever, towards the rest of the community, that's their opinion. But at the end of the day, it's up to me and my choices what I do, right? And I choose, hey, I'm not going to support Sony PlayStation titles. They're not the only ones. I don't even support Ubisoft titles anymore. I'm done. I'm tired of the nonsense. I vote for my wallet. I speak on it. I talked about it. I express my feelings and my opinions, and I vote for my wallet. Thank God we have a gaming community like that. And again, we don't wish for anyone's death inside of the gaming community or content creator. We don't do that. Okay? Whether I agree with his opinions or not, it should not result into violence. And it shouldn't. Thank God that is nothing like that inside of the gaming community, especially for YouTube content creators. We don't do that. We don't condone that at all. And you know, the crazy thing about this is the fact that I wanted to say is because of the fact that, you know, with the whole video games being, you know, this whole violence thing and all this, look, video games has always been having like very, you know, touchy subjects, right? For example, my favorite game that has a very touchy subject, which is Bioshock Infinite. I played Bioshock 1, Bioshock 2, and Bioshock Infinite, right? Especially Bioshock Infinite has shown a lot of, you know, controversies in there. It basically, you know, really touch on, you know, subjects, even, you know, even if it's not directly political, but it still touch on subjects like racism, right, violence, right, assassinations, this, that. There's a bunch of things that it will touch on. And Bioshock Infinite did touch on those things, like, because it does, you know, relate to racism, right? You see me, I'm black and Puerto Rican, right? And I play this game and I play exactly through here. But I'm more mature and I don't get my feelings all hurt because I know it's a video game, is expressive of art. Okay? I know what Bioshock is about. I still play the game and I have no problems. Okay? Whether or not they showing something like this, which I know is racism, is about race. You can clearly see in the photo right here. Clear as day, right? I remember this. Yeah. Even though they touch on subjects like that, right? And like, again, even in the real world, like that we're living in right now, outside, racism is still here to this day. That racism will never go away. It will never go away. I know everybody wish it would have went away, but it will never go away. It won't. It just won't. So what can you do to do better? Well, the only way to fight racism is to do what? Is to be better than what racism is. If somebody tell you that something that you cannot do, and then you just say, okay, well, I prove you wrong right here, right now. Calm and collected. And then I prove them wrong, and then they get upset and mad. I'll be like, look, don't get upset and mad. I just proved to you that obviously I can do it. Even though I am black and Puerto Rican, I can still do things too. That's how you prove that, again, racism is stupid. But again, a lot of people like always, again, get offended with these type of things and subjects. But again, it's a mature rated game. If you can't even handle this, it's just like this. If you can't even handle a game with this type of stuff in here, right? Because I'm pretty sure if this guy can play this game and fighting all of this stuff, but you telling me that he cannot handle a simple conversation and having a debate with somebody at a college campus, you could have just easily walked up to him and debate him and talk about anything that you want. But you're choosing violence? You choose violence over debating somebody. It's ridiculous. Bro, like again, going back to here, this right here doesn't hurt me. This right here doesn't faze me. This right here, what this video game is, Bioshock Infinite, it's not affecting my life. I understand this. I know what racism is. But at the end of the day, what do you want me to do about it? All the thing I can do about it is just be myself. Be calm and collective, and I'll prove them wrong. Whatever they say, I'm going to prove them wrong. And then when I prove them wrong, then they get mad and upset. And then guess what? That's not a me problem, that's a you problem. It's just as simple as that. Like again, I can handle this type of stuff. Like again, there's games out here that's dealing with, like again, Assassin's Creed. Dealing with a lot of assassination targets, whether it is for the greater good or not. It's a video game. Okay? I played all these Assassin's Creed games. But you don't see me going out there getting mad and upset over a person that has an actual YouTube channel and he's saying what he wants to say, but I don't get all like mad up and go attack a person. People like those that be like that, you really need to check yourself in the mental hospital. You need to get help. Sometimes even like again, even I'd be saying to this person right here, Mr. Din, I'd be saying like he probably needs to get some help too. Because it's getting ridiculous. You can't go and making up stuff and trying to say, oh, you're attacking and this and that. It just because at the end of the day, it just makes you look stupid. It doesn't make you look any better. It just makes you look stupid. If you can't handle criticism, you can't handle a shot, don't make videos. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand. Like again, when you go onto his post, right? The video's down. I didn't took it down. Right? If he can post whatever he wants to post, that's his business. You know? And that's perfectly fine. You know, right here, see? Taking shots from me, but you don't see the video no more. Again, I'm not the one who's taking it down. He's taking it down his own self. I don't know. I'm not the one who copyright strike his channel and all this stuff. You know, sometimes, you know, I can say some stuff. You know, like this one right here, calling me names and attacking me on my post and responding to stuff. And then I'm right here. Look at this. This is me right here. Hold on. Let me zoom in so then everybody can see. Attacking, laughing my ass off. More like, yeah, cool. Whatever. 700 FPS. Haha. Okay, good for you, I guess. You know, like, what is this? Like, where is the attack coming from? Right? When we scroll down here, but this is one of those perfect examples of stating something that I'm attacking somebody. Now again, I'm over here and I said right here, you need help. You know, you got caught for gay, you're a gay, bad boy. Where is the attack? Like, I don't understand. He said right here, attacking me on my previous great guardian. That I said you need to stay on console. I mean, you should showing 700 FPS. What does that do? You start to see, like, some people can be very mentally, I don't know. Sometimes, like, again, I don't know what's his problem. Yeah, I throw shots, but like, I don't be like, holy snap, I'm gonna attack him and like you know, like on Reddit and Twitter right now. That's why I don't have social media. I get off of that because it's garbage, it's trash, and a lot of these people are just so wrapped up into it. It's like, why are you wrapped up into those type of stuff? Like, yo, get the fuck off of that shit. It's not even real. Relax. And you see how he's like so wrapped up into like this? You know what I'm saying? And again, I didn't took down his videos or did anything like that. But these are the type of people that could be like, again, I don't know what his mindset is. I don't know. See, he took down I didn't took him down. That's his business. But like, again, like back to, you know, with video games and stuff, it's like, bro, like, you know, we play violent video games all the time. Splinter Cell. Even Splinter Cell is assassinating targets and stuff like that, you know? Whether it's good or bad. You know? But again, at the end of the day, it's a video game. It has nothing to do with politics. That's why you gotta separate between, you know, entertainment and politics. Entertainment and politics does not mix well. Keep those separate. Politics is politics. You want to debate on politics and express your opinions the right way. And when I say the right way, I mean, you know, putting some actual thought process, criticisms, right? You like actually have like constructive criticism to actually bring up points and say some stuff. You know? Use your words. Not with guns, okay? Just like in the gaming community, right? If we, you know, whatever, right? I'm using my words. I'm talking, I'm having a conversation, a genuine dialogue back and forth. It's crazy. But like, again, like it's politics and entertainment does not mix well. I don't know why you have to mix both of them. They should be separated. Okay? And like, again, if you don't like the person, you don't like the guy, that's perfectly fine. You can sit there and say, hey, I don't like the guy. I don't have no sympathy for this guy, respectfully. Whatever. But at the end of the day, it's a human life. It's tragic. I hope the family is, you know, whatever. Right? Just like again, what I was saying about the CEO of Brian Thompson, respectfully, I have no sympathy for the man because of the things that he is doing and running United Healthcare, which is affecting everyone. That's including family, women, and children involved, and you as well as me, is affecting everyone. This is a system that is broken, that I think people are calling out, and they are angry and frustrated in the healthcare system, which they have rights to be so. Now again, the situation is tragic. Yes, it is tragic. that family that he has, now he doesn't have a father. But again, I don't feel no sympathy. He has hundreds, if not billions and billions of dollars. And on top of that, he was the one who is, running the United Healthcare, and probably has maybe denied people from health, which we see and hear happening all the time. Okay, I guarantee you 90% or 80% of people out here probably knows a friend or a family member has been denied from coverage from a health crisis, whether it's for breast cancer, some sort of disease, this, whatever it is, the case may be, they have been denied from that. That's more of a serious situation. That's involving a lot of people. It's not the same like Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is only one man, and he's not even an official, representing the Republicans or the Republican. He's not an official politician. He hasn't ran for mayor and ran for governor and ran in the House of Chambers. He hasn't done anything like that. He's building a career to get to that point, right? He might be building a career or something to get to that point. Whether you believe in what he says or agree with him, right? But you got to understand, he's not the one who's writing these legislations. He's not the one who's calling somebody else and say, hey, send the army down in Chicago. Send them over there. He's not the one who's calling up the ICE agents and say, hey, go over here and get this factory. There was full of illegal immigrants. He's not the one who's pulling the strings and calling the shots. Trump is doing that. He's the main culprit, is doing that stuff. So if you want to get angry towards anyone, you can get mad at him. But not on this person. He hasn't done anything. He's only a person that has a YouTube channel building his career. He talks about politics. He wants to be in the politician in the politician space. And he's debating. He's out here connecting with young people in college campuses, having debate, talking with each other, going back and forth, whether you agree with him or have disagreements. That's all it is. Again, this is something that you don't have to really, I don't know why people are so celebrating or happy about this, knowing that he's only speaking words and he's using constructive criticism to express and bring his points across to y'all and the viewers. Just like what I'm doing. I'm just expressing myself and just letting you know how I feel and how I express myself across to you so you can understand what I'm talking about. Okay? It's very, very sad. And again, it just needs to stop. And this is where we're going to get into the other thing, what's been going on here. Hold on, let me take a sip of this. Ooh, my throat. God. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to. Okay. So. And once this thing started to become spiraling out of control, right? And we're seeing that now video games are being back into the spotlight, which they shouldn't be, because video games are video games. They're entertainment. I have played a whole bunch of violent video games. Even I played the first violent video game I played, I think I was either 10, 11 years old. And my first one was definitely Grand Theft Auto 3. I remember I was at Blockbuster with my father, and I begged him to get this game because I want to play Grand Theft Auto 3 for the first time. I didn't know shit about this game, but it looks cool and it looks fun and it's open world, and I said, I want to play that game. And sure enough, I was so happy that he actually let me to play it. And let me tell you something. I stayed up all the way till 3 in the morning. So when we went to Blockbuster, we got it at 7. And then it was on the weekend. I stayed up all the way till 3 a.m. in the morning with a small 13-inch television, CRT television, hooking it up to my PlayStation. And I was playing the shit out of that game. I was really playing that game. For real. It was so good. It was so good. It was like, yes. Oh, my God. I'll never forget that. That was like my first time playing it, and it was a lot of fun. And I just kept on playing it, and just playing it, and just going around just doing all crazy stuff and stuff. I didn't really do the missions all that much. I did some missions here and there, but I was just going around just tinkering, just doing a bunch of crazy stuff. So fast forward to right now, I'm still playing violent video games, right? But again, you don't see me losing myself and, oh my God, I'm gonna go out here and do these crazy mass murder. Like, what the fuck? Like, no. 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 That person knows what he was doing. I don't know what that man or that person problem was. I don't know what's his problem, but whatever the case may be, he needs to get some help. Like, seriously, help. I think he is mentally, in his mental state of mind, is not in the right place. He could be very smart, but maybe both mentally still in his brain cell, he's not mature enough. And he's going out here doing all this crazy stuff. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But yes, going back to here with the whole gaming industry right here, Sucker Punch appears to apparel has to be fired. A Ghost of Tsushima dev over a post about Charlie Kirk assassination. So some of these people was celebrating, which is sickening. That they're all happy that this man passed away and he got shot, and now PlayStation has gave her the boot, saying you gotta go. Sucker Punch artist allegedly let go for posting about Charlie Kirk. Yes, and you can see it right here. If standing up against fascism is what cost me my job, would cost me my dream job I held for 10 years, I will do it again 100 times stronger. That is dumb. This is the type of stuff that is very sickening. And this is how people are just like mentally ill. Like, again, how about like this? How about you should have taken like 2 days off at your job, went down to Utah, and go debate with Charlie Kirk? Why you can't just do something like that? Debate with your words, not with violence. Violence ain't going to do nothing. It's just going to create more violence. It's just a vicious cycle. Now, again, I play violent video games, right? But again, it's a fictional world. Okay? It's fictional. It's not real. This is not a real, it's not a real thing. Okay? You could reset the game, and guess what? All the NPCs and everyone that you just killed, they're coming back. And they're going about their daily life, whether or not you're playing the game or not. It's just like Starfield. If I'm playing Starfield right now or I'm not playing Starfield in that universe is still going to go on without me. Regardless, they're still doing their tasks. They're still doing stuff. It's a world that again, it's not real. It's something that you want to be entertained and enjoy yourself. But to sit here and say some stuff like this, like, I hope the shooter name is Mario so that Luigi knows this bro got his back. And like again, I have no sympathy, right? Respectfully, I have no sympathy for the CEO of Brian Thompson. But you don't see me making posts of or going attacking the widow and his children or making a sick post about this man, right? Even though I respectfully don't have no sympathy, right? I don't like what I don't know whether or not Brian Thompson, the CEO, is either intentionally or unintentionally denying people from healthcare, from getting the treatment that they should be getting. I don't know that. I know I don't work there. I don't know anything. However, if that is the case, I don't have no sympathy for this man. Respectfully. Okay? But I don't make this type of posts like this. It's like, look at all the like these crazy sick posts. And Sucker Punch is not just the only one, right? They're not the only devs. It's also Bethesda's. There's also Activision and Blizzard, other third-party publishers as well. Like DC Comics, Warner Brothers. Like, so there's other studio devs that's also are being held accountable, and I hopefully all of them get fired. That's including, like, again, even though that this is a PlayStation first party studio title, I do want that same treatment also on the Xbox studios. I don't care if it's my favorite studio of all time. If they're saying something like this, they need to be held accountable and needs to be fired, because it's disgusting. No humanity whatsoever. It's crazy. And this is why it is, whether it's on Blue Sky, Twitter, this is why I deleted all of my social media accounts. I deleted X or Twitter, deleted Instagram, Facebook, all those social media accounts. I deleted, and I will never return. Because, like, again, it will deteriorate you. I truly believe that social media can deteriorate a lot of people's mental state of mind. And ever since I did that and I walked away from that, I felt a whole lot better. I felt a lot better, for real. And it helps with my mental state. And I think some of these people needs to delete or get rid of some of these social media accounts. They really do. It's not good for you. It's not good for your mental health, mentally speaking. Because look at this. You're saying some stuff right here that, and plus, it's like there's so much shit I could say about this tweet. And, like, again, it's like two different situations with the whole Luigi situation and stuff like that. That's a whole different situation. That right there is a whole situation by itself. Oh, I'm sorry. So, but yeah, that's a whole different situation, with the whole Luigi thing and this, right? That's a whole different situation, because, like, again, United Healthcare is about, like, getting denied from help, so everyone is affected, no matter what. But when we're talking about Charlie Kirk is only a politician. You can listen to him and agree with his takes or not. At the end of the day, he's not really calling the shots or doing anything. So why you're it's very, very sick. And then it costs her dream job. It's ridiculous. This doesn't make you any better. Drew punching Nazis until I die. Like this. You see, this is the definition of some of these people need some help. Like, seriously. They really need some help. Like this right here. Friendship defeats fascism. Oh my god. Some of these people need some help. Lord Jesus Christ, they need some help. They really do. They need some help. It's just like, yo, what the hell? It's so stupid. And it's sickening. Let's go look at the comment section down here for a minute. She says losing her dream job is worth it. I expected the next time she wants to pay her bills, rent, and mortgage, and she'll unable to pay and get another job, that she might reconsider that. Yep. Freedom of speech is still a thing, everyone, but you're not free from the consequences what you say. Yeah. Yep. Just another Nazi pretending everyone else is just like they pretend they always the victim got what you deserve. This is so crazy. Disgraceful comment, yeah. Yeah, because like again, like this person is not even like, again, he's not even like an actual politician. Like, he has a YouTube channel and stuff. Like, bro, we go right here. I don't want to go on that YouTube channel. I'm just gonna go on this one. Look at this. He has a YouTube channel. Whoa. Sorry about that. But yeah, no, he has a YouTube channel. And look at this. Look at this. This is all he does. He just debates on people. Boom, this and that. And he debates on people. So that's all he does. He talks, he states his opinions and stuff like that, whether you agree with him or not. He has a YouTube channel. He debates with people. He talks about stuff with politics and stuff like that. And a lot of people are are celebrating the death of a man that wants to be in the politician space, wants to, you know, be running for something or want to become something. They're happy that somebody took him out in his life. But again, he's not affecting your life. He's not like this person is not affecting your life. So why are you sitting here saying some garbage? This is the type of stuff right here where you can see, and I can tell you right now, this person needs help. You can see it. And plus, you putting Gosa Yote already in a bad situation. I was saying before on a live stream, right? One of these YouTubers, right? Because they were talking about it and the situation about this during, I think it was either Thursday or Friday, right? And I said, and I posted up, I was saying, like, look, after what these people are saying, you know, here and stuff like that, and who they representing and what company that they're working for, you basically just put Gosa Yote, like, pretty much Gosa Yote was already in the coffin. And then after what this person says, and now they're getting fired for this, now you really just put this game in the final nail in the coffin, because now they're just, you know, a lot of people are canceling their pre-orders of the game and stuff like that, all because of someone's selfishness. Their selfishness. And also, not only that, you're putting your whole entire studio and every dev that is there in jeopardy. I mean, you know how many fucking studios that has closed and gaming studios has closed in the past like couple of years? It's been a lot on, and not just one side. It's been on both sides, Xbox and PlayStation, on both sides. You know, and this is, and one person right here can rule in that. And also, again, Xbox is going through that experience too, because of Blizzard and Activision. They're going to be feeling that too, or they're already feeling it. Matter of fact, because, like, again, like, you know, you're putting a lot of other people, you know, that basically, it's just basically pure selfishness. Why? Don't do this. Don't put you, yourself, and everyone else that's working their jobs in jeopardy. You know, because, you know, they want this game to succeed and to do well, to sell well, to make money so they can feed their families, and stuff like this is not going to give them the sales that they need, and it might end up in a result into another shutdown from Sucker Punch. You know, it's just like, you know, all this bullshit over one guy right here, this man, for a YouTube channel that he's running, and he talks about politics and stuff. If you don't want to talk or debate about politics, you don't have to listen to it. I don't listen to politics every single fucking day. It's not like I go turn on the channels like, yeah, let me go listen to politics. I don't do that. I just turn it on and just want to play my Skyrim. I just want to play my Starfield. I want to play Forza Horizon 5. I'm excited for Forza Horizon 6. That's what I care about. I don't give a shit about politics. But for you, a gaming dev, right, that's working on these video games and stuff like that, you as a dev, putting, you know, saying some really awful things to a person that is not even officially a politician, and putting the game Ghost of Yote at risk from not meeting sales expectations, but also putting your whole damn studio at risk. The selfishness. You gotta stop being selfish. These people are being so fucking selfish and ignorant. Stop being selfish and ignorant. It's not worth it. And it's just like, it's not only just costing your job, but it's also gonna. It's probably this right here might cost them their whole studio. There, it could lead to a shutdown. It's absolutely disgusting. And like again, like I said before, I hope that all of these people that are saying these garbage things, like whoever that's liking this and whoever devs, I don't give a fuck if it's Bethesda, Activision, whoever, you fire each and every one of them. Get them up out of there. Now again, if you want to buy the game, that's up to you. That's your business. Nobody ain't stopping. Right? Nobody ain't stopping. But this right here, what I'm saying, it's just, this is disgusting. It's like, why? Why are you putting this game at risk? You know? Damn, you are a Trigger by Charlie Kirk fan? And that's what's the cause of it. Cancellation successful. I can't support a company that doesn't respect the freedom of speech, and the fact that you never actually celebrated, but now that they are free, I could say through. Yep. That's what happens. Is it is this is not just one person. This probably a couple, if not 100,000 people are canceling their pre-order of Ghost of Yotei. Now again, you could do whatever you want. That's your business. But this is the type of shit that is like over one guy. That this guy this I guarantee you. This guy has not even referenced or talked about anything about you. Okay? This oh, I gotta put these two together. You see? This person right here, right, him, has never said anything about you specifically. You're upset about this man running this channel, debating with people around in a couple of states and college campuses. And you're upset about this? And he hasn't even done anything to you. He hasn't, like, whatever. Like, what are you fighting? You're not fighting anything. You're fighting over some delusional bullshit. For real. That, in my opinion, you're just fighting over some delusional bullshit. And not only like the cancellation is starting to be rapid, but also, I think some of the Democrats over there on the other side over there is losing a lot more supporters than ever before. And I sat there and I said to myself, I said, watch, in the next 4 years is going to be another Republican. And sure enough, this right here alone is already on their way to for that to happen. is going to happen again. People over there, they're when they see what's going on the Democratic side, and they're saying this is whatever, they're saying, look, I think I need to go Republican. I went Republican right after when the debate of Trump and Kamala Harris. I said I'm going to vote for Trump. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Your return request is confirmed. Jesus Christ. Yep. It's gonna be a lot more of those. It's gonna be a lot more of those. This is crazy. And some of these people are disgusting. They need help. They really, truly need some help. I don't even want to go through this. It's so disgusting. It really is. So basically, we can rest assured that this game right here, and probably whatever Xbox games that's in the pipeline, ain't gonna be doing so well. Or whatever, it's not gonna do well. And this game right here, Ghost of Yote, has already got the final nail in the coffin. And most likely, I wouldn't be surprised if Sucker Punch, the studio, will have closures, or half of their team was going to get laid off. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. And again, I don't know nothing about this man right here. You know, I don't know nothing. But I wanted to kind of listen to what this, what Charlie Kirk, speaks and how he talks and stuff like that. I just want to sit back and listen and hear some of the things that he says. This is like recently. I don't care about his past, what he says. I want to know recently, right now, what is he speaking about.
My name's Ellie.
Because I want to see how, why is like this became so like far, and it's now is evolving into my entertainment, which I don't want none of these politic bullshit in my entertainment space. But I want to see and hear what people got so triggered about this man. And again, this man is not even he's not even an official politician. He's not even like a Republican service. Like he doesn't even run a state or a mayor or whatever. It's just kind of ridiculous. Or in a state or a house or something.
Overall, just to go into my question, I am conservative. So going into this, I was like, what should I ask you about? I think overall, I was going through different policies, and in general, I agree. Ultimately, I think the topic of my question is how to approach politics in school and in general with this function. I've found that a lot of times, when I talk to people who are on the other side of me, they are surprised to find out what I think, and my ideas are not that crazy. It's like when you actually get into the meat of it, it's like, oh, actually, maybe it does make sense. And so I think it's really valuable to start giving these ideas to the world. And so this is one of these options. But I guess my question is this the best way? Because when I hear, like, for example, on Reddit, they're like, don't approach him, don't do this, he's just doing that, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's using all these tactics. And so I wonder if you've considered, not to say that this is a bad way to go about it, but if there's maybe a slightly better way, because I think what you're saying has a lot of value in this world, but it's like in this school specifically, it is thought of as evil and as like not like a valid way to think.
Now, I'm gonna stop it right there. Do you not hear this fucking lady right there? Just me listening to this lady, I can't even understand what the fuck she's saying. This is my own opinions, this is what I think, and this is what I'm hearing. Now, I kind of get what she's saying, but again, you can see that where she's talking about Reddit, this, that, all this shit, That should not matter. This is why I'm saying I don't care what anybody else says on the internet or what they care about, even in video game stuff, like whatever, like this, that. All I care about is the here and now. What are the gamers are thinking about? What are the people surrounding us, how they're feeling and what they're thinking? That's what I care about. I don't give a fuck about somebody on Reddit. I don't know why would she even care about somebody on Reddit. All those people on Reddit and everything else, they was in your best interest in the first place. I'm telling you, it's like, again, Twitter and social media and stuff like that is not a real place. It's just a bunch of people that just spew a bunch of nonsense. But then you got people like this, when you want to come up and debate this person, like, you kind of like, you don't even have all your thoughts together. You need to start putting your thoughts and be constructive on your criticism on there, because I could even understand that shit. Because you can hear it. Like, look, we can rewind it back a little bit.
I've found that a lot of times when I talk to people who are on the other side of me, they are surprised to find out what I think, and my ideas are not that crazy. It's like when you actually get into the meat of it, it's like, oh, actually maybe it does make sense. And so I think it's really valuable to start giving these ideas to the world. And so this is one of these options. For example, on Reddit, they're like, don't approach him, don't do this, he's just...
You hear that? Don't approach him on Reddit, don't do this. What the fuck does Reddit has to do with anything? You can see Charlie Kirk right there. I'll be making the same kind of look, just like what he's doing. What the fuck does Reddit has to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? It's just like when this assassination happened, and then when they talk about video games and all this bullshit. What does violent video games have to do with anything with Charlie Kirk's assassination? It has nothing to do with that. It really doesn't.
He's doing that, he's doing this, he's doing bad way to you in this world. Like, not no,
right.
and it's not to say it's a problem.
UC San Diego
is evil and is like not like a valid way to think.
That's a UC
like evil. Like, what the fuck? It's
thought of as evil and is like not like a valid.
Like, this is people out here in America are really this. Do you not hear this type of shit? Do you not hear this type of shit? Like, they're evil and all that. Oh my god, it's a fucking college campus, bro. Who gives a fuck what they think? They got their own fucking opinions. Don't worry about them, motherfucker. Like, goddamn, man.
Valid way to think.
That's a UC San Diego problem, not.
Thank you, Charlie Kirk. Yes, I can agree with him. That's a UC whatever fucking problem. That's not his problem.
Not a Charlie Kirk problem,
no,
right?
and it's not, and it's
exactly. There you go. Hey, look at that. Everybody, come on, bro.
and it's not to say it's a problem of you. No.
And I meaning, like, and I read there was some op-ed journalists where they said ignore Charlie, ignore him. But what they're saying is that they are not either smart enough or they're not intellectually mature enough to have a discussion with a conservative on any issue. I have literally almost no notes. I have like a couple charts to show you if the topics come up. You guys can use AI, you guys can use Grok, you could do whatever you want. You could bring a professor, you could bring 5 of your top libs together, debate me, right?
Yeah.
Do I, other side? Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. And you guys can debate me at any time. I fail to understand why. Well, actually, I know the reason. Speech is not a left-wing value. And they do not believe in freedom of speech. They believe in totalitarian control. There are exceptions to that. So,
man, it sounds about right. See, like, everything that this man just said. Now, again, I don't even know this person. I don't even know who Charlie Kirk is. But this is everything that he is speaking right now. I can agree. He's actually on point with stuff. This girl coming up on here talking about Reddit is this and that. He simply said, look, that's a UCA fucking problem. That's not a Charlie Kirk's problem. And he even sat there and said, look, you're up here, you could debate me all you want. You can use AI, you can use this. You can use that. You can use anything in the book. You can bring even 5 people. We debate me and have a open discussion and talk. This man got killed and died because someone out there is either triggered or mad or upset. Whether you disagree with this man and you killed him because of that, what the fuck are we doing? That's like me saying, like, I should get upset and angry because of one person on YouTube. This is just for example's sake. Let's say we'll say Mr. Din. Because of Mr. Din, I should get mad and upset and be angry because of he doesn't look at my point of views or whatever, right? And he posting up 2 videos right here and stuff like that, right? 23 comments and whatever. And it's just like, again, like, going back and forth, having an open conversation and dialogue, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is nothing to take serious or ride home about. But this is something where I should be angry and be upset about, and I should go out there and try to find out where he lives and dox him and plot something against him. Like, what the fuck are we doing? No. It's stupid, it's dumb, it's retarded. I don't care whether Mr. Radin agree with me or not. He got his own opinions, that's fine. I got mine. Boom. We take shots back and forth. That's it. And be done. We'll see you in next week or 2. We'll see what's going on in the gaming industry. That's it. That's all it is. This man right here basically was saying all the right things. Let me go rewind that back.
It's like when you actually...
They said, ignore Charlie, ignore him. But what they're saying is that they are not either smart enough or they're not intellectually mature enough to have a discussion with a conservative on any issue.
Exactly. Just have an open discussion.
Literally almost no notes. I have like a couple charts to show you if the topics come up. You guys can use AI, you guys can use Grok, you could do whatever you want. You could bring a professor, you could bring 5 of your top libs together, debate me, right?
Yeah.
Other side? Okay, Thank you. And you guys can debate me at any time. I fail to understand why, well, actually I know the reason. Speech is not a left-wing value. And they do not believe in freedom of speech, they believe in totalitarian control. There are exceptions to that. So if they have a problem, I think this is one of the best ways, not the best way. I literally could not be more open to disagreement. I say if you disagree, you go to the front of the line.
Yeah.
And I mean, how often do you as conservatives get a chance to challenge liberals on campus, right? And being welcomed, ever?
Oh, absolutely almost never. Definitely
because
not in
speech
class.
is not a left-wing value.
No, but to say that, I mean, with all of that being said, that is very true, but ultimately what happens here is I see a lot of, like, the ideas just being, like, bubbled against, and so, like, when I talk to my friends, their ideas aren't changed from these conversations, and so I wonder if there's just, like, a...
You would be surprised, I'm sorry to interrupt, what happens here gets seen hundreds of millions of times on social media.
Absolutely, yes.
The crowds are growing, and so, look, some people are going to remain closed-minded, they're not going to, have their horizons open, but that's on them, right? They have to actually want to pursue the truth and not just have their own worldview confirmed.
And I can agree with him on that. That right there, I can agree with it. Look, like, again, if the more I probably watch his videos, like, again, there's certain videos that I've seen that I disagree with. I think there was one video I forgot. Just for example of what he sent, I don't know, I think it's either on Gamesta channel or one of the channels. I think it's on Gamesta channel. But he made a post or something and have a video with whatever, and he said something there. I don't know how long ago that was, but I didn't agree with what Charlie Clark said in that video, right? I disagree with that, what he said. But again, it wasn't enough to be very angry or going after somebody. You could disagree with somebody, you're perfectly fine. But however, what I'm just hearing right now, I can agree with him in the most part. Like, he sounds like very open-minded. He knows how to construct construct his stuff very well, and he actually presented, and he's spoken with some actual clarity.
I guess that's where I disagree, because I think fundamentally there is truth within anything, and I believe that maybe I would ask you to see that you have a big role in this. You have a big fan base and a big, say someone is stepping away from Reddit. It's, to me, the people on this campus. This is a school I go to, and almost everyone I'm surrounded with has a completely different view from me.
Is it okay if I say all of them with...
Thank you. Next question. Disagree.
See, and this is what I like about. Look at this. He got the whole thing set up. He's right there talking. Got his water, coffee, and stuff. He's right here to debate. He got a line right here, bro. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? All you have to do was just go down there, get in the line, and he'll debate you and talk to you. He is having this conversation back and forth. And it seems to me he's being open and transparent. Now, again, I don't know this man personally, right? And there's some viewpoints that he might say that I will disagree with 100%. But at the end of the day, does this person really deserve to get assassinated and get shot by a bullet? And all of these crazy people, especially in the gaming industry, which I'm very fucking disappointed. And it's not just, again, Sucker Punch, but as everyone. That's including Xbox and PlayStation involved, and also third-party studio publishers out there. You know who you are. That is rooting and cheering for this and being happy that this man got shot in the neck over something that this man, all he's doing is literally sitting here and debating people. And having an open conversation and dialogue. And you could disagree with them and agree with him, whatever he says. But it's nothing to get a bullet over. You know what I'm saying? This is not a life or death situation here. It's not. A life or death situation will be like again, the United Healthcare of the CEO, Brian Thompson. You could agree with me or not. But again, we all pay health insurance. Okay? It's up to them whether we're going to get approved or not. We have no say. All we can do is we pay for it, which we do, which we all pay health insurance. Now again, whether the situation in your family or somebody else's family, but we all affected by this. Women and children are affected by this too. Okay, whether or not they are going to get approved for the treatment, or they're not going to get approved for the treatment. All right, we're talking about somebody's life that needs treatment. Okay, I don't know about you, but I don't know if you ever spent a day in the hospital. If you think spending a day in the hospital is hell, or spending a week in the hospital, imagine some of those children and kids have to spend mostly their whole fucking life in the hospital. You think they want to be in the fucking hospital? You think most of those kids I'm so happy to be in this hospital? Most of those fucking kids, and even when they're getting older, when they get into their teenager, into an adult, they don't want to be stuck in the fucking hospital for the rest of their life. They don't want to be there. There's certain situations that they have to be there in order for them to either they stay alive or get the treatment or whatever. And it's up to the health insurance whether or not they're going to get approved or denied. That's what I'm saying. This right here in this situation is different. We're talking about actual, genuine people's lives on the line depends on the health and the treatment, whether they're going to get approved or denied or not. Because if they get denied, what are they going to do? Right? What I talked about earlier, that family, those two brothers, two little brothers, both of them has the same disease. The father went through all the paperwork for each one of them, and then guess what the healthcare says, okay, we will approve this treatment, but your other son, we're not going to approve for his treatment, even though they have the same disease, the same problems. One is getting the treatment and the other one doesn't. How would you feel? Do you not understand that? That's somebody's life on the line. That's somebody's kid on the line. It can be your daughter. It can be your family member. It could be your grandmother. It could be any one of us in the family. And you should have the rights to, you should be able to get treatment. You pay insurance. If you're paying health insurance throughout your whole entire life, you should be able to have treatment when things happen. Because things can happen out of nowhere. God forbid. Anything can fucking happen. One day you could be on top of the world, living your best life, go on vacations, all of these trips, spending time with your kids, and everything is hunky-dory. Next thing you know, you could be laid up in the hospital from some sort of disease or something that can just come out of nowhere. You paid health insurance, you worked on the job for 30 years, and then when the healthcare come back and say, oh yeah, we know about your this and that and the third, but unfortunately we can't even treat you. They told us, and you have been denied from treatment and coverage for that. How would you feel? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what it's like unless you've really been there and understand on the other side of the truth. And again, we're talking about a person, Charlie Kirk. This is the man that is sitting right here, out in public in the real world, not behind a camera and with just a microphone and a camera, at home, sitting comfortably and safe. We're talking about a person that actually set these events, going out there onto these college campuses, talking to young people, and having a actual conversation and dialogue and discussion, whether you agree with the man or you don't. And then you got these fucking some of these disgusting fucking people around the world in some of these jobs and corporations that are celebrating the death of a man that basically sitting here debating people, whether you agree with him or not. This is all he does. He's just debating with people. That's it. And then these people that been in the gaming industry or this one right here for well over 10 years in the gaming industry, lost her dream job over one guy. Can't even be respectful at all. Just can't even just say, being respectful will be like this. I may not like the guy and I will disagree with some of the points that he said, but respectfully, I have no sympathy. However, I hope their family and this are okay and well taken care of and stuff like that. If you said something like that, that's perfectly fine. Nobody's not going to go after you for that. You're perfectly fine. If you got no sympathy for Charlie Kirk, you could say that. Say, look, I got no sympathy for Charlie Kirk, and I don't agree with everything that he said. However, this is tragic. It's disgusting. He's just expressing what he's saying. What we should all be practicing. And I don't condone this type of behavior. If he says something like that, you're gonna be perfectly fine. But celebrating somebody's death, that this person is only just talking and speaking directly at somebody. He is literally sitting in this chair looking directly eye to eye contact. direct, right in front of them, right in the open. It's ridiculous. It really is disgusting, man. It really truly is disgusting. And like again, like look, we got Puerto Rock, Dreamcast guy, right? Him, like again, I may not agree with Puerto Rock in every take that he says, right? We're gonna have some disagreements, and there's some stuff that I can agree what he's saying and stuff like that. I can agree with some things that he says, and there's most of the things I disagree. But I will never sit here and celebrate somebody's, death. Like if Puerto Rock, God forbid, let's just say God forbid, let's say Puerto Rock passed away next year. I'm just saying God forbid as an example. I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, whatever. I would have been like, oh damn, that's sad. Because like again, I may not agree with him on stuff, but this is a person that was making videos, making channels, doing what he likes to do, and we have our disagreements, but at the end of the day, we debate it, we throw shots at each other, we say certain things about each other, but again, it's always been about gaming, okay? But I hope him and his family are well taken care of, and hopefully they're going to be okay. And it's very sad, and my condolences is out to them. That's something that's respectful, okay? And again, I don't have to agree with him on every single thing. But show some fucking respect. They're all human beings, okay? It's just like this. At the end of the day, right? Dreamcast guy, whether you like the guy or you hate the guy, he's a human being at the end of the day. He has his own opinions. He has his own stuff. He making videos what he wants to make. We say certain things about each other. We throw shots at him. We do, whatever. It's not just me. It's also in the comment sections down below. It's not just only me. Right? But at the end of the day, Dreamcast is Dreamcast. He's just gonna do what he wants to do. And I'm just me. I'm Gamer Live Studio. This is my channel. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. Okay? But again, it shouldn't have to resort into violence. It shouldn't have to be like that. It's ridiculous. Okay? And just like again, I used him for examples throughout this video. Just because he says, this, certain stuff like, here and stuff, right? Whether or not I agree with him or I disagree with him, like again, Mr. Den is a human being at the end of the day. He's a human being just as much as I am. Whether or not he's a troll, he's not a troll, this or that, whatever he wants to do, that's his business. Okay? Just note to self. Again, he's human. He could say whatever he wants to say, and that's his opinion. He wants to think that, go right ahead. I'm not mad at you. Okay? I'm not gonna be upset. Okay? I'm perfectly okay. Okay, like again, but I don't wish for anybody's death or celebrating somebody's death. Like again, if Mr. Den, God forbid, something happens, pass away, or ended up, hurt or something. I don't wish for his death. I don't wish for him to suffer or whatever. I hope he recovers. I hope that he's doing well. And I hope he comes back and post some videos up and play his games. And I hope he still be able to play games. That's what he likes to enjoy, and whatever he likes to play and enjoy, and he's enjoying it. He likes Metal Gear Solid Delta. I'm not a Metal Gear Solid fan, and that's okay. That is perfectly okay. I want him to enjoy the things that he wants to enjoy, and the things that I like to enjoy. Yes, we throw shots at each other, but we don't go to the resort of violence or trying to threaten or attack somebody, right? We don't get to the point where, we're trying to, rip each other's eyes off, okay? That's enough. So yeah, it really is. It's really is crazy. It's crazy. You know, and it's like I gotta sit here and talk about this, but it's like, you know, we have to talk about this. It's just getting out of hand. Please. Take the time to take a step back. Get off of social media. If you got social media right now, man, please, like, take a step back. Get off of social media. Get off of Reddit. Get off of Twitter. Get off of Blue Sky. Get off. Be without social media for at least about a year. And I guarantee you're going to feel a lot better mentally. Mentally speaking, you're going to feel a lot better. And stay away from friends that try to drag you into politics or drag you into conspiracy theories, drag you into all this crazy, weird stuff. Take a break. Take a break for yourself and your mindset. Okay? Do that. It really does help. That's what I did. I got off of social media. I don't wrap myself into these crazy politics and all this crazy, you know, whatever. It just helps me both mentally and physically. It helps me. It made me better as a person. You need to get off. You need to stay away from that. It's not good for your mental mindset. Because you got people like this, a person that working at Sucker Punch, right? And again, Ghost of Tsushima is what they made back in the PlayStation 4 is an excellent game. Even though, for me, and I'm telling people, I may not buy or support PlayStation and Sony games. Okay? I have my reasons for that. However, I'm not going to sit here and be like so ignorant to the point where I can't, you know, respect or say, hey, you know what? That Ghost of Tsushima game and that director's cut that they did was excellent. I think that game is fantastic. If you haven't played it, you should be playing it. Okay? I have my own personal reasons why I don't support Sony PlayStation. Those are my reasons. But I don't stop people or let people not to enjoy games. And I'm not going to be so ignorant and be like, oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is a bad game. It's so I know it's not a bad game. I know it's a really great game. It's actually really good. If you haven't played it, you should be playing it. It's fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to get to the point of ignorance. Okay? This right here is just pure ignorance. It is ignorance. It is delusional. It is poison. Okay? This is the type of stuff I think a lot of people on the other side over here, or some of those conservatives are leaning towards that way, saying maybe I should become a Democrat. Some of those people are saying, you know, after this, they're like, you know what? I don't want to be supporting Democrats like this. This is disgusting. Because if my kids and my child was to speak out or say something, and they want to express their own opinions and stuff like that, it's okay for my kids to get shot by an assassin, even though they're my kids, your own kids, or whoever's kids, may not agree with you or agree with somebody else's family, but it's okay for an assassin to step in to shoot them, even though they are expressing with words and being constructive in their criticism. Whether you agree with them or not, they're expressing with words. They're speaking openly. Okay, you can agree with some things, you can disagree with some things, but that's okay. And that's perfectly fine. But it's okay that it's an assassin to shoot my son or your daughter because they're speaking out of turn. Or they're speaking something that you may not, you know, agree with. And that right there, and all these people that are celebrating this type of stuff and this type of behavior is fucking disgusting. It really is disgusting. I hope, I really, really, truly hope, I hope that everyone that is getting exposed right now on either Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, whatever social media platform, Facebook, whatever that they have right now, I hope they're getting exposed and getting fired. This is the type of garbage we do not condone or want in this community, especially in the gaming community, okay? Because in the gaming community that I'm a part in, right, and just like everyone else, we can sit here and talk and speak freely. We can have agreements and disagreements on certain things and topics within video games, whether it's Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, right? And again, even people that I subscribe to, like Gamester or All Eyes on Jet. Just because I subscribe to them, that doesn't mean I agree with everything that they say. There's some things that they have said or spoken out that I do not agree with, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna go after them and attack them or something like that. If I wanted to talk to them in an open discussion and have my own point of views, I could say some things and debate them on it, but I'm not going to be to the point where I'm going to plot somebody or wish somebody death and celebrate it and stuff like that. That's not what I do. Okay? And that's not what anybody should be doing in the gaming community, especially right now with the fanboys and stuff like that on both sides, right? Whatever side that you're on, like, you know, like we shouldn't be getting to that point of doing these violent attacks and stuff like that. It's getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? We should be better than this. We should be smarter than this. You know? It really is sad. It really is sad. It really is disgusting to see this. But that's all I got for you guys here today. And I know I ranted and wanted to get some of the stuff off of my chest and stuff. But this one we had to really like sit down and talk about this, because it's getting ridiculous. You know, again, I don't know this guy. I don't grow up with politics like that. I don't know this man. But sitting here watching some of his videos and stuff like that, there's some stuff I can agree with, and there's some stuff that I don't agree with. Okay? But at the end of the day, this is just a person that's just speaking and talking and expressing with words. And whatever his belief and whatever that he says, you know, like again, that's his own stuff. And that's perfectly fine. Everyone in this country, whether I like you or I don't like you, we should all have the rights to express and also, you know, express how we feel and stuff like that. But not to the point where we are so, you know, like again, like, you know, not human. You know? Again, this is somebody's life. This is somebody's life. Just like I said before, with the CEO of Brian Thompson, just like again, I have no sympathy for the man. Respectfully. Okay? Respectfully. I have no sympathy. But at the end of the day, I don't go on there and celebrate his death and go and dancing on his grave and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. Okay? I may not like the things that they're doing in the United Healthcare or in the healthcare insurance in general. We do not like it, and I know a lot of Americans out here are frustrated with the healthcare system and the insurance thing. We all are frustrated with it. Each and every one of us. Okay? And it affects everyone. But for this right here, for a man that's out here only expressing and talking about his ideas and his belief and having an open conversation and dialogue on a college campus, and you're happy and you're celebrating the death of someone that didn't even deserve it. This person hasn't even made a threat against you, hasn't threatened your family or anything like that. This person hasn't threatened me. I may disagree what he's saying, but he hasn't threatened me. But yeah, these people. But yeah, these delusional. Lord, these delusional people, these delusional fucking, I don't know what to call them, but they are so far gone. They have lost humanity, like for real. They are willing to result into violence, no matter what side. If you're not on their side, you are going to get shot. That is crazy, which it shouldn't be that way. Thank God we don't have that in the gaming community, and I pray to God that we don't get in. We shouldn't have to result into that. It's disgusting. It's like, what the fuck? This is not the way to go. Okay, just because I play a lot of violent video games, that doesn't mean that I want violence to happen in real people, everyday people. I don't want that. I do not want that. I do not wish that. I don't want that for anyone. But anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting right here. But again, hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. Make sure you like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.